Susan is a transgender singer-songwriter based here in Takoma Park, Maryland. Since bursting onto the local music scene just 3 years ago, Susan has won 6 awards in the Mid-Atlantic Song Competition, and her debut CD entitled Lessons in Love was nominated in 2018 for Best Folk Artist and Best Folk Album for a Whammy Award by the Washington Area Music Awards. Recently, she was recognized as a winner in the Great American Song Contest. Susan says she sings 2 kinds of songs, sad and really sad. But as you're about to hear, it's sadness laced with hope and beauty. Please welcome Susan Rowe.
Gave up on the crazy days, looking for you everywhere I go. I gave up on the dream I had that we'd get back together. No, no, no. Now it breaks my heart, but it's a clean break, and it's healed now just enough. And it's a miracle to see the light at the end of our love. Now everyone you love could someday be a stranger. It's the saddest thing I've ever heard, but it's true. I'd go back if I could, but in my heart I know I should just let you go. Let you go. After all that I've been through, I just really want a place where I belong. I thought it was with you. I'm still not really sure that I was wrong. That explains these tears on my pillow, and how sometimes I still miss you so, so much. There's still some heartbreak round the edges of the light at the end of our love. Just a little heartbreak around the edges of the light here at the end of our love. Thank you. We're not supposed to have a crowd here, but we have a few people here with the tech people and the volunteers. Speaking of which, I'd like to thank everybody to put this together. It might look easy and smooth, but it's not a small deal. So this next song is called Living on the B-Side. Now, it's about growing up. It's about learning how to play the guitar. Now, when I grew up, we had 45 records. They were like this big, and the radio played side A. That was the hit, and the B-side was, not so much the hit. Part about playing guitar, we didn't have YouTube, so if you wanted to figure out how to play a song, you had to pick the needle up, put it back, pick the needle up, put it back. Records didn't last that long that way. And the part about growing up is we had a car. My dad had a car when I was little, an old Packard. It couldn't make it up the hill to Leonardtown where we lived. And so we just parked it in the graveyard and walked the rest of the way. You wouldn't do that now. No one would do that now. They'd think you were crazy. But in those days, that was pretty standard. So anyway, this is Living on the B-side. I ruined most of my records just learning how to play. Picking up and putting down the needle. Back then it was the only way. We had an old Packard that couldn't make it up Leonardtown Hill. We pocketed in the graveyard, rocked the rest of the way, but still, don't you know it was a sweet time. It was a world away from here. We were living on the B-side, just waiting to get played. Ooh. I had an old Sea Silver Tone, almost impossible to play. My brother had a sweet cherry Sunburst Gibson. Every chance I got, I used to sneak it out and play. We grew up in a cracker box house on the edge of the Second World War. The smell of summer drifting through the back screen door. Don't you know it was a sweet time. It was a world away from here. We were living on the B-side, just waiting to get played. Ooh. I know it must sound funny, I myself don't understand, but I miss those scratchy records from scratchy record land. Ooh. I'm still playing my guitar. If I put it down, what I do, I just don't know. Turns out I'm a pretty good picker, but I cannot be any less known. Woke up this morning in yesterday's clothes, thinking about the choices I made when I chose way back on the B-side. It was a world away from here. We were living on the B-side, just waiting to get played. Ooh. I ruined most of my records just learning how to play. Thank you. You okay? So this next song, as actually the last one, is from a new project I'm working on. This is called The Girl Who Would Be King. At the beginning of 2020, I won a grant to work with Innovation Studios in Annandale, or beautiful Anandale, as we like to call it, with Dave Mallon on a new project. And this is going to be a little bit different than my first record. It's going to be, well, I had the idea that we'd be coming out of COVID, and this would be a community project, meaning instead of singing all the songs myself, I'd write them all, but I'd invite singer-songwriters from our area to join me and to sing songs that I felt fit them perfectly and would be good for them. For example, Aaron Michelle, Heather Lloyd, J.C. Elmira, Jamie Boyd, Davey Kitchen, Andy Hamburger on drums. We still have a few slots to fill, but it's been a lot of fun so far. But unfortunately, COVID didn't end like we thought it would. But we're still trying. So anyway, this is called The Girl Who Would Be King, and it's from playing in clubs. And the only thing I'll add is that a lot of friends will come up afterwards, fellow performers, and ask me if the song is about them. And I always say, it is not about you. No. So. The first time that I saw you, I couldn't help but making fun. You beat that ukulele with your broken little song. It was something about someone you loved, but they loved you, I wasn't sure. It didn't really matter, your spell had taken wing. Now everybody's talking about the girl who would be king. Would be king. So you moved into the city where you played it wild and free. You filled your head with Grateful Dead tie-dyed history, but you ain't no hippie girl. You're like a rabbit on the run. No. Go ahead and have your fun, but darling, here's the thing. Everybody's gunning for the girl who would be king. Would be king. There's writing in the stars tonight, but there is nothing about me. Even heaven's talking about the girl who would be king, oh, would be king. So you wake up in the morning, but there's nobody around. You keep a journal by your bed where you write your dreams all down. You think they're cryptic messages to tell you what to do from the beyond. You dream that you were falling, that's a pretty standard thing. Comes with the title of the girl who would be king. The stars are in your eyes tonight, but there is no room there for me. No room there for one who would love you. You girl who would be king, oh, would be king. At a red light in the rain, I heard your favorite song. I remember how you'd hate it when I tried to sing along. I should have listened to my friends when they said that you were trouble. Oh, who could ever love you, you wicked little thing? God help me, but I love you, you girl who would be king. Would be king. The stars are in your eyes tonight, but there is no room there for me. Thank you. I did that thing with that song where I got to the end. I thought, oh, I got to the end without mistake. Then you make a mistake. So I'm switching guitars. This is a different tuning. This tuning got me through COVID. This chord in particular, when I found this tuning, it's a tuning that Mary Chipper Carpenter used a lot. And if it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't have got it. I was able to watch and learn. But I love this chord. This could be an argument that it would be the, could even be the secret chord that David played to please the Lord. I know you don't care about that, but it's the only joke I have. Okay, so this song, when I write, I use my writing to try to work out my stuff and work out my life. So I always try to be honest and tell the truth. And most of the time, you know, I am. And most of the time, I believe me and you believe me. Sometimes I don't believe me, and sometimes you don't believe me. But I was playing one day with this idea, and I don't remember what the idea was, and I thought, no, and I thought, my guitar doesn't even believe me anymore. And I thought, whoa, the little light went off. I thought, that's a song. So even my guitar doesn't believe me anymore. Lord have mercy, what'll I do? where to even start. So many enemies to love, but only one to break my heart. She snuffed me out tonight like a candle, but I tell myself I'm still winning the war. But even my guitar, it don't believe me anymore. Dark as the darkest night, even darker than that. Bright as the brightest star, that's how she guided me back. But so many times now she let me down. I tell myself who's keeping score, but even my guitar, it don't believe me anymore. There's a dark, dark place I still go to from time to time. I put my neck in the noose, put some work into losing my mind. She sends me there with just a word. Someday I'm not coming back. No, I'm not coming back. Another night that just won't end, filled with dreams that just won't fly. Of all the enemies to love, only you caught my eye. It's always 4 a.m. when the truth waltzes in. I've faced it before, but even my guitar, it don't believe me anymore. Thank you. So this last song, I think I have time for another one, right? I wasn't going to do it because it's seasonal, but during COVID, the way I stayed alive as a musician, as I wrote and I made a pact with myself to release a video every week. I started like in April and did 37 weeks. So this was the last song, and it was appropriate then in last December, because I felt like I was recapping the year, and I thought we were coming out of the dark, but since we're not, and since I have a little larger audience tonight, I thought I'd play this one. It's called December Song, or A New Old Lang Syne. October's gone, November not quite yet. Is it too late to take a cup of kindness? Any bets? Should old friends be forgot, never brought to mind? As we sing December's song for old Lang Syne. The brother sun, the sister moon, will you turn your backs on us like we turned on you? Is there still hope? Is there still time? for us to sing December song for old Lang Syne. We're whistling past the graveyard on our way home. If we're all in this together, why do we feel so alone? The axe is laid to the root of the vine to burn on the altar for old Lang Syne. The poets say that we're connected, all part of the main. Not sure they'd say that if they'd seen the things we've seen. Left to taste this bitter wine. As we sing December song for old Lang Syne. The storm's out on the ocean, there's blood in the sky. The devil sitting cross-legged, is it any wonder why? Wasted moments, wasted lives. Raise your glass to absent friends for old Lang Syne. Gather round, my sisters, my brothers too, you who once were so much more than red or blue. Close your eyes and change your minds. Together sing December song for old Lang Syne. We're calling all the angels to do some stepping in. Breath of heaven down upon us now descend. Forge again the ties that bind. Then we'll sing December song for old Lang Syne. Forge again the ties that bind, and sing a new December song for old Lang Syne. Thank you all so much.